Hi, Mind Body Soul Tribe. We're back with another video. We wanted to talk today about food. Food is such a big deal right now. While we're filming this, we're kind of in the middle of a global pandemic. It's lightened up a little because it's summertime, but when it started out, people did a run on the grocery stores and were just taking things off the shelf, just everything, and you couldn't find lots of food. And it's still like I'm still going to the store and kind of noticing some scarcity things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of food scarcity energy going on right now in people's minds and their hearts. They're worried about food shortages, and rightly so. When everyone's going and getting all the food and then you need something and it's not there, that can be a scary place to be in. So we want to help you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about what to do for that, and then we're going to talk specifically about how food can help our bodies. So let's start out with kind of this food scarcity thing. So right now it's summertime. If you're watching this video right when we post it, this is the perfect time to be gathering some food. So how I do that is every time I go to the grocery store, I kind of make a mental note of the things we typically eat weekly or monthly, and I'll just pick an extra pack of those. And this is food that you can store, right? Like living life food is a little bit harder to store, and we'll talk about that later, but the rice, the beans, the canned stuff, your water, the things that can be stored like that, just pick up a little extra every time you go, and it won't look like this big hit to your wallet. Because Michelle and I have been talking, and we feel like this food scarcity situation might not be going anywhere soon. Like, even though there's a little bit of a break right now, the fall could be scary. The winter could look a little hairy. Like, who knows, with another wave of the pandemic, or just the normal things, or other things that might be coming. So we really feel strongly that now is the time to be gathering food. Just do it. Start if you haven't. It's okay if you haven't. Start where you are and just begin gathering, and you'll be really grateful that you did.
Yes. So I do the same thing. Just grab a couple things when you're at the grocery store. Just you know your family's eating habits, your eating habits. So grab those things that are like your go-to, the things that you know that you'll need if there's some kind of a shortage of any kind. But right now, well, you can get whatever. I mean, almost anything you need at the grocery store, pretty much.
Pretty close, yeah.
Like, load up on the fruits and vegetables, you guys. It's so important to just be eating super healthy right now. And fruits and veggies, like I was shown a long time ago, I had this vision of, I was eating a pear actually, and I was shown how it is full of life force energy and this living energy, and that it's alive still until it actually biodegrades or rots. It's living. So eat these living foods. Eat these these vegetables and fruits that are living still, and it's going to give you this amazing energy. It's going to help you to stay healthy and strong. It's going to boost your immune system. We need to do that right now. It's super important. So take advantage of that right now. And then also, moving forward, I mean, it's been a few years since I've done this, but I know I'm feeling really inspired to do it now, to get back into the habit of having sprouts. So you can order these jars. They're sprouting jars with vents on the top. That's super important.
So cool.
So it's breathing and it's getting oxygen in here, and you're able to grow pretty much anything in here, like beans and lentils and seeds and different things like that. So a lot of these that you order, it'll be just a sprouting jar with a venting lid. And get some organic seeds. Some of them will come with some in the jar, but you can also order them online. A fourth of a cup yields 1.5 cups of sprouts. So you will grow them. It doesn't take very long, and then you'll have living food in your kitchen. We live where we have a long winter, and so to have this is probably the next best thing if you don't have a greenhouse or something, you know, and you can't grow year round. So have some living food in your kitchen that you can throw in to add to maybe like food storage or something if you needed to. So if you had to live on food storage or something in emergency, sprouts would be really, really helpful with a nutrition deficiency, because you're not getting all the nutrition you need when you are just living off of dried foods or beans or rice or whatever. So
you need life.
Put some life. Make sure you have this in your emergency supply, or just start doing it now. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me too.
growing it now.
She's inspired me.
And I'm not an expert on this, but I have some friends that are, and maybe we can get them on here.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have them talk about it, because it's a good thing. And just like I said, like, make sure that you're having like fruits and vegetables right now. Like, start eating these things. It's gonna be super important.
Store up those vitamins for winter. And one more thing, guys, when you're eating live living food, you're not just taking in the energy of the calories. Just like Michelle was saying, there's a life force energy in food. There's life force energy all around us. It's in the air we breathe, but it's not the air. It's in the food we eat, but it's not the food. But it's in there, and we have our own life force, and we need that to live. So this is like going kind of beyond the physical, but it's integral for living and to survive. So we need living things for that.
Yes.
Side note.
That's really important. Don't forget it. We'll teach you more about that in a second. So, also, I'll show them this. Okay. So, like, you can get dried goods, like, what is this?
30,
like, it's like, I mean, it's just dried goods, and it's like,
you add water.
You just add water to it. So it's like, you would need 8 cups of water for this box so that you can make all this food. So this is a 2-day emergency supply. You could get stuff like this at like any camp store. You can order online,
even
whatever.
Like big box stores like Costco even has buckets
Costco.
of stuff like this. And since you guys already have your water, because you talked all about water, just add that.
Add it.
And it stores really easily, because it's like
it lasts
and dehydrated
forever. Like, I don't even know, the expiration date is like
30 years.
So so definitely it's just a good thing
You're
to have
set
for in your storage. So make sure that you have it, guys. So am I going to talk about the rest of
You're
this?
going to talk about the rest of this.
Okay. All right.
We're in for a treat. Check this out.
All right. Welcome to my food store. Okay. So we are going to just talk about some of these things that you just want to have in your pantry and in your food storage. But these are things that keep a long time and they don't go bad. So make sure that you're prioritizing nutrition and the cost and shelf life of the food and how much space that you have. Obviously, that's super important to just start looking around, see how much space you have for storing. And the beans are going to be really important to have in your food storage because they keep forever. Rice obviously goes a long, long ways. And canned soup is just really, really awesome because it's so quick and easy. And especially those cans that open really easy without a can opener, even more handy. And then also making sure, like, salt is huge, you guys. It's a staple. It's actually something our body really, really needs. And so make sure that you have that and have like a good quality salt, like real salt. We get Redmond salt, like in Salt Lake City, Utah area. We can get it easily, but it's so full of nutrition. And so make sure you have that, and like even like herbs and spices and stuff, because sometimes the food storage food isn't the super tastiest ever.
It can
so
be a little bland.
Yeah, so make sure that you have stuff to add in. And then just having like dried fruit is really important. So like any dried fruits, like they're just gonna be something that you're gonna want, especially if it's hard to get your hands on like fruits and vegetables or something, if it's like winter time. Like lentils are packed with protein, you guys. They're like loaded with protein, and so these would be something really good to have on hand, and they're easy to cook and make. Like peanut butter is always good because it's quick, easy go-to, and it's full of protein.
And it's a good fat too.
Really good healthy fat. And then beef, like any kind of broth, like a good healthy bone broth, beef broth, like those are always good to like add to like beans and different things. This one's one of our favorite go-tos if we're in a pinch in our house, but the Honest Earth, it's Costco, but you mix it with like you just cook it up with a little bit of water, and it makes a ton of potatoes, and it's real potatoes, so they're actually really good. Like these soup mixes are really good because it makes a ton, and just a little bit goes a long way.
And there's veggies in there too.
Yes,
because
they
of it,
mix
if
in
you
the
wanna get
veggies.
your veggies in, yeah.
That's true. That's a really good one, and it's Bob's Red Mill. Also, just having like
Sweeteners.
yeah, honey. Make sure you have sweeteners. So make sure you have like honey, maple syrup. These are like really good sweeteners.
And do you guys
that
know
are
that
healthy.
that raw honey does not go bad?
Ever. Yeah, it might crystallize, but then you heat it up.
You just,
and
heat
keep
it
using.
slowly. This is your jam, like for food storage.
Yes.
It can be a little more expensive. You can't even see my face. It can be a little more expensive. You don't have to see my face really, but if that just looks weird, it can be a little bit more expensive to get raw honey, but it really will last through the apocalypse, just like Twinkies, and you don't need Twinkies. So.
That's right. Yes. Okay, and then olive oil, like these are just some things that, and we already talked about in another video, but seaweed, that is like, would be an awesome thing just to have in your food storage because it's really nutritional. So these are just a few things that obviously you can look online, get a ton of more information on just what people recommend for having like in your food storage, but things that keep a really long time, just super awesome, super helpful.
So back over to here. Let's talk about what happens if we run out of food. Should we talk about that?
Yes.
Okay. So, not anticipating this, but have you ever thought about like what would happen if we ran out of food? Like what would we do? So something that we want to teach you is that every living thing, everything has a vibration. Everything has a frequency. When you break it down to its smallest components, it really is just waves. Like waves and particles, waves of energy, just a frequency that looks like this. Same with food. So when you break food down to its smallest pieces, it's just a frequency. So if you were ever in a situation, like I think about this myself because I'm always like a what if, or I'm like, okay, if this happens, then that, then this, then that, then that, because I like to be prepared, and my brain just kind of does that. So I think about if I wasn't able to get food, what would I do? And I would ask for the frequency of that food to be able to support my body.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. And I know there's going to be some people that like 100% resonates with, and then some people are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Rewind. Watch
We
that
get
again.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
But this is advanced physics. It's quantum physics. If you're familiar with homeopathy, it's the same idea. Homeopathy works on the basis of medicine derived from a physical plant, but the physical part is removed, and it's just the energetic imprint. It's just the frequency of the plant that's actually giving you the medicine you need. So we can do that with anything that has frequency, and everything has frequency. So we can do that with food.
Yes, and that's just tuning into truth. I think for me, it just feels like truth, because we are what we truly are. We are spiritual beings. Like that's who we really are. We're just having a physical journey and physical experience here. So we need to learn how to go deeper, guys, and learn like what's possible. What's possible? What's the truth? What are we capable of? Because we're capable of so much more than we can probably really even fathom in this moment, but we need to get there.
Yeah. And I even think about like the law of multiplication. which is like, I mean, a lot of us probably bless our food before we eat it. We like offer a prayer or we give gratitude or something. And I believe we can ask that same thing for food if we are running out, to have it multiplied for our benefit.
Definitely.
And that's how the law of multiplication works. You give what you have, and then God gives what he has, or the universe gives what their portion, and you put them together and it multiplies. And so I think as divine beings, we have that right to be able to ask for that support when we need it, if we need it.
I totally.
And it's available to everyone and anyone.
Yes, and it's abundant.
Yeah,
yes.
It is abundant.
Like never ending, abundant. There's no limit.
Yeah, there really isn't food scarcity if you think about it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, and even like praying over our food. I mean, that's something that even as like a little girl, I was like, what is the point of this? And then I had to learn for myself. Like I actually had some experiences myself where I learned that it actually changes the energy in the food because you're praying over it. So even offering a prayer like over your food, if you have food like that maybe doesn't, it's like you're living in an emergency situation, pray over your food. It's going to change the energy of that food. It's going to bless you and your body. So,
and if the food's like old, like bless the food, pray over it and your water. You want that food clean, you want it palatable. Bless your, if we're really going to go there, like bless your body to be able to receive what the food has. Like if you have little kids that are like, no way that I am eating that bucket of beans, bless that their body receives it with gratitude. Bless that they'll be able to receive that goodness and that light.
Yes.
And integrate that in. And bless that your body will integrate in the goodness that it needs and be able to release what is not serving it.
True. Ooh, I love that. Yes. Perfect.
So we could just keep going on and on, but these are true principles that are available to us that we want you to know about if you're in need of that.
Yes. Yep. And we'll go even deeper in the Facebook group because we have a lot more to share on all of these subjects.
Yes.
We'll even maybe share like one of the food supply companies that for emergency prep is called Patriot Supply. And when I started researching and Melissa recommended it, I started researching all these companies, and it's actually like one of the best out there and with the best reviews of people saying like, this tastes the best and it's really good. It's actually good food storage. So we'll throw like a lot of stuff out like that out there and share just things that we feel are important that we're making sure that we have. But bottom line, we are energetic beings. We are energy. Everything's energy. And so we're going to just learn how to, maybe pray about these things like that we talked about today and get a deeper understanding for yourself, because individually you'll learn even more if you're asking and trying to get that knowledge.
Yeah, we're not telling you to turn into a breatharian overnight or anything like that. We're just introducing you to a truth that can be available to you if you need it.
Yep, exactly. So,
thanks for listening.
Yes,
Happy eating.
Thank you. Happy eating.